Welcome to the Inside Track on Real Estate. I'm Ken Decker, and today I have my special daughter with me who is also a top real estate professional.
Thanks, Ken.
No problem. So today, because the weather outside is a little frightful,
Yes.
but the real estate sales are delightful. So we thought we'd talk about the top 10 reasons why selling in the winter is a good idea.
Yes. I'm excited for this one.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Okay, so I did the number 10. We're going to go to the most, we're going to go from the least important to the most important. Does that sound fair?
Okay.
All right, so number 10,
Yes.
there's no mosquitoes.
Yes, that's true.
It may be minus 20 out, and we have to be all bundled up, and yet there's no mosquitoes. And I think that's a great reason for selling real estate
There you
in the
go.
winter. What about number 9?
Many houses listed in January are also sold by the end of February.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Quite often we'll put 12 or 15 houses up for sale in January, and well over half of them are sold by February. So a lot of times people think the spring market is going to start in May
Right.
or April when there's no snow and the flowers are coming out. And typically, if that's the time, you might have actually missed some of the spring chunk of the spring market.
That's true.
Yeah, because when do people want to close to actually move in?
Is the springtime.
It's springtime.
When the snow is gone.
When the snow's gone.
About 60 days
Yeah,
after they
it's
buy.
not
Yeah.
it's not so much fun moving in the middle of the winter.
No.
But buying a house in the middle of winter is okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So now recently you did an offer on a property that had an in-ground pool.
Yes.
And that's a little bit tricky, right? Because it's really a skating rink now, not an in-ground pool.
Yeah.
And so how do we protect our buyer and the seller in
Right.
that particular case?
So we would put in a clause just stating that it would be opened by a professional, most likely, by a certain date in the springtime. And then if there was anything wrong with the pool, then it would hold over till that day, and they would be reimbursed, the buyer, if there was anything wrong.
So if you're a seller and you have an in-ground pool and you're going to sell your house in the middle of winter, the buyer's going to look for some kind of warranty that the pool was in good shape when it was winterized.
Right.
And so as long as they have a professional open it, that means the buyer didn't do something wrong.
That's right.
And if there's anything wrong, then the seller would cover the expense of fixing that.
There's usually a limit on the expense. For example, we put in $2,000, so it's not something overly expensive that a seller has to commit to, but at least the buyer's being protected.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so number 8. Inventory is greatly reduced, and so there's less competition.
Yeah, I have a lot of sellers ask me around the fall, start of the winter, when the snow starts to fly. Well, I think we're just going to take our home off the market and wait until springtime and try again, because we do want to sell, yet there's no really point in selling right now during the winter.
Right.
And to that, it's very common to have that idea, so I advise my clients not to do that.
Not to take it off?
Not to take it off.
Okay. Yeah, because even though there are more sales in the spring and summer, there are also a lot more houses for sale, and the competition is fierce. So what's number 7?
7 is fewer showings per sale, so you don't have to clean as much and put out as much.
Oh, that's exciting. So what you're saying is it takes fewer showings to sell a house.
That's
or
right.
there's less buyers looking, really.
Right.
There's less buyers looking, so you're not kicked out of your house as often, and therefore you don't have to clean it. And you have children.
Yes.
You know what it's like to clean a
Yeah.
house to put it up for sale. You've sold a few houses with your children there, and it's almost like you want to ship them out to grandma and grandpa's for a while, because they have to make their beds every day just in case and that kind of thing.
Make sure the toilets are flushed as you leave the house, so there's no surprises for the buyer.
Oh, that's interesting. Never thought of that. So, number 6. Most houses for sale are left over from the summer, So new properties coming on are few. There's fewer new properties coming on.
Right. Yeah.
So what's that mean for a buyer?
So the buyers have usually seen everything on the market, and so they're waiting for that new next thing that would fit their criteria.
Okay. And when it comes on, sometimes they jump on it, right? They grab it really quick.
That's right.
And so in the springtime, if they're able to wait till March, April, May, then there's going to be a lot of properties coming on. They get a lot of selection. But if they're in a hurry, and many times people are trying to get in by a certain date for whatever reason, for school, for getting in before Christmas, or getting in whenever it is, what's happening is there's fewer houses coming on the market. So they're more keen for the ones that do come on the market. They go, oh, that might be the one. And so they're really careful not to just say, oh, another one will come on tomorrow and another one will come on the day after, because it may be a month before another one that really meets their criteria comes on the market.
Right. And so generally in the first 2 weeks of putting your house up on the market, you have the most amount of showings in that period.
Okay, so that's a very great point. So most of the showings happening in the first 2 weeks. So would it be very important to have your house ready to go when it actually hits the market and have pricing done properly?
Yes. Hugely important, especially in the winter market.
Okay, because we don't want your house sitting there for 6 months.
No.
Because what happens?
Well, people give it a title of stale bread syndrome and think there's something wrong with it. So if it's been on the market for the whole winter and now it's going into the spring because it wasn't priced correctly, now you're having a harder time with your competition because the new properties are coming on so quickly.
Right. Okay. All right, excellent. What's number 5?
There's a number of buyers signed up and ready to buy when the right property is listed.
Okay, so that's similar to the one we just talked about, in that there's currently a pool of buyers that have looked at everything that's on the market and have said none of those particularly suit. So if one comes up right now, because we have 3,000 realtors, and pretty much all of the realtors have maybe 2 or 3, 4 buyers signed up on searches that they're trying to find a property. So what's that? 3 times 4 is 12,000. So there's 12,000 potential buyers right now. That's a guesstimate, by the way. There's approximately 12,000 buyers right now waiting for a particular house to come up on the market. And if yours is that house, then suddenly you've got basically an easy sale.
Right.
Right? So perfect. All right. Number 4. Snow is an equalizer for those who have lawns that maybe weren't quite as green as the neighbors. I don't know about you, but I have a hard time keeping up with my neighbors.
Agreed.
Even the Christmas lights right now are really tough to keep up with.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sometimes the lawn may not be quite as manicured. They might have a few more weeds.
Right.
And yet that's a potential for selling because snow equalizes it. Everybody has snow on their properties right now. Yeah. Now, what about number 3?
The agents have fewer listings during this period of time, so they have more focus on the property.
Oh, cool.
And their clients.
Okay, so you can actually give your seller a little better service. Although Decker Team does something special to make sure our clients always get good service, right?
Right.
What's that?
We have a team behind us, a support team.
Yeah.
And a process, yeah.
Yeah, so we have a support team that makes sure that they're doing things like looking for feedback on showings. They're in the office to send faxes or emails or respond to emails or to look up surveys or heating costs and things like that. Because as realtors, the Decker Team, we want to be out on the road, actively looking for buyers and sellers and finding and putting the two together. We're really matchmakers. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. And that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
We find the perfect house with the perfect buyer and bring them together.
That's right.
It's fun, eh?
It is fun. Yep. And then we don't have to be drained by the other nitty-gritty, and we have people that like that stuff.
Okay, so you don't like the nitty-gritty?
I know.
Awesome. Yeah. And yet you're detail-oriented. So,
I am.
Yeah, when we're doing offers, we look after the nitty-gritty for you.
Absolutely.
Because our goal at the Decker team is to protect our buyers and our sellers.
Yeah.
And make sure that we put together a good, firm, binding contract that's fair for everyone and protects each person.
Yeah, the negotiating part is a lot of fun, and it's
Oh, that's
something
the
we're
fun-
great at.
That's the fun part,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, number 2.
Houses sell every day. Why have yours off the market and miss a potential buyer?
That's true. Yeah, sales do go down in, December, January and that. And yet, there's still quite a number that sell. Mm-hmm. And so, if we're selling, 300, 400, 500 houses in a month, then maybe you want yours to be one of those 400 or 500 that sell.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had some, in the past, my sellers have said, as we spoke a little bit about it earlier, that let's take my house off the market during the Christmas season. And I advise them not to, just because there are less showings during the Christmas season, of course. People are, wanting to do their family holiday stuff. So the reason why they're interrupting your family holiday stuff is because there's serious motivated buyers that want to buy a house. So if there is a few inconvenient showings, it's probably very worthwhile.
Okay, so yeah, so if you get a request for a showing, it's like, let's try and make this happen because they're serious buyers. It's kind of like buying a car. I don't know if you ever bought a car in the winter. It's a horrible time to buy a car.
Yes.
You got to scrape them off. They're all cold, and you got to try and test drive them, and it's just nasty. Although, on the other hand, what a great time because you can tell how a car handles if the roads are snowy, and the salespeople aren't busy, and you can usually negotiate a fairly good price. But also, the buyers that come on a sales lot for the salesman, they know they're serious if they're coming. Because springtime, people want a tire kick, right? They want to just go. They get cabin fever. They've been in the house all winter. They just want to get out and look at cars. Right. Same thing with houses. People want to get out and look at houses, and open houses start happening like crazy. And people that are going out to an open house in the spring, they just want to get out of their house. Maybe not particularly be in the market for a house, and maybe checking decorating ideas or how your landscaping's done or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So last year, the last couple of years, I've had the instant where my clients actually sell their house during the Christmas season when they wanted to take it off. So that was really encouraging.
Really?
Yeah.
What time of, like you're talking like between Christmas and New Year's or after, before?
Yeah, between Christmas and New Year's. One of them was then, and the other one was just after New Year's.
Wow. I know I sold one house Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Christmas Eve, yeah. It was a good Christmas present for them. And, I wasn't super happy having to work Christmas Eve, but, you do what it takes to look after your clients. Yeah. And that was pretty special.
Yeah, last year I was at 3 building inspections between the 2 weeks of holidays of Christmas season. So it was, my building inspectors really liked me because they were coming out and, being able to work during that time, which it's usually a little slower for them.
Okay, so if you're just joining us, you're listening to the Inside Track on Real Estate with the Decker team, and we're going over the top 10 reasons why selling your home in the winter is not necessarily a bad idea. And we're just going to recap. So number 10 was many houses listed in January. Oh, sorry, number 10. I missed one.
Yes.
Mosquitoes. There are no mosquitoes. Number 9. Many houses listed in January are sold by the end of February. So many miss the spring market by waiting to be too late, right? Number 8, inventory is generally greatly reduced, so there's less competition.
Yeah.
Number 7, fewer showings per sale, so you don't have to be out of your house, you don't have to clean your house as often. It's less disruptive. Number 6, most houses for sale are left over from the summer, and so new properties coming on are few and far between. Right. And those are the ones that usually get snapped up. Number 5, there's a number of buyers signed up and ready to buy when the right property is listed. Number 4, snow is an equalizer for those with landscaping and lawns that maybe aren't quite up to par with the neighbors. Number 3, the agent has more time to focus on your property as they have fewer to sell. And number 2, houses sell every day. Why have yours off the market? Because you may miss that perfect buyer. Mm-hmm. And the number 1 greatest reason we haven't said yet, and it is?
There's more motivated buyers out there. So if they're looking in the cold, it's most likely they need to buy a home.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's nasty.
Yeah.
You know, I have stories of driving people to look at houses actually in March, and it was a snowstorm and there were drifts on the highway. And it was like we were riding a bucking bronco. It hit a snowbank, and then I have to accelerate to go hit the next snowdrift, and get through that one, and then accelerate again, hit the next one, and the snow was coming over the hood every time I hit one. It was pretty wild.
Yes.
Yeah, my client I had to peel their fingernails out of the dash. Fortunately, I grew up driving in the snow belt, so it was no problem for me.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So selling your home right now, if the need is there, we can get the job done.
Yes.
There doesn't need to be a fear around seasonality. Because priced right, marketed properly and shown properly, house can sell
any time of the year.
Every day of the year, houses sell, right? Like every day we see our computer, and there's a few houses have sold, and the next one could be yours. Mm-hmm. So I guess we should give them how to contact us if they'd like us to sell their house.
Yes, that would be great.
So give us a call at 613-860-4663. That's 613-860-4663. And we'd be delighted to come out and even give you an evaluation. The other thing a lot of people do this time of year is they call us and they say, I'm thinking of selling in the next 2 months. Can you come out and give me some tips and ideas of what I should correct and maybe what ballpark price I'm going to be in, and is there some upgrades that I should do to get the maximum amount of value? And do you like doing those?
I really like doing those, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
I like that we advise them just small things to improve or to touch up. One of my favorites is just painting the baseboards and washing the doors and just making it sparkle, the front entrance, that sort of thing. It really helps when buyers come in because they generally make their first impression within the first 30 seconds, and so they start justifying yeses or nos, and so let's make them justify yeses over a clean present.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what experience do you have getting houses renovated or fixed up for selling?
I have quite a bit of experience personally. My husband and I renovate homes every couple years, or we renovate them for about 3-4 years, and once they're about 90% done, we start getting ready to put up the for sale sign, and then we move to the next one to renovate and get it gone. So, yeah.
Okay, so you've done one in Barhaven?
I've done one, yeah.
Yeah. You've owned a house out in, where was that place? out south of the city?
It was called Brinston. It was about 15 minutes south of South Mountain, about 15 minutes away from where it turns into the 401.
Wow.
So quite a distance from the city.
So it's not the edge of the world, but you can see it from there?
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we've done one in Greeley, and my husband and I did one in Elmer, Quebec, when we first got engaged. And then we're now working on our second one in Greeley.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so your husband does renovations as well for the Decker team, does he not?
He does, yeah. Yeah.
So you go in and suggest what should be done?
Yeah.
And then they can have him quote on it, or have other people quote on doing the work?
Yes.
Or do it themselves?
Right.
Because really what we're looking for is things that don't cost a lot of money.
Yes.
But really make the house come alive.
Right.
Sometimes it's some modern light fixtures. Sometimes it's knobs on kitchen doors. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's paint. Sometimes it's some flooring. It really depends on the house. And you're quite delighted to go out and let them know what will make their house sell both faster and for more money.
That's right. Yeah.
And sometimes in today's day and market, with the amount of inventory we have, it's not just a matter of selling faster. It may be a matter of selling at all.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so if someone's thinking of that, they're going to reach out to you?
Yeah, I'd love to come over, talk to them about that.
All right, can they email you or call you? What's the best way?
Yep, they can call me through the Decker team at 613-860-4663 or email me at candice@deckerteam.com.
Candice.
Yes.
Candice.
That's right.
Candice. So give Candice a call. She'd be delighted to come out, give you an evaluation on your property so you can see an idea of where it's at. And you can even give them a price as is.
Yes.
A price fixed up. And a price kind of like a, need to sell it in 60 days kind of price. And,
right.
Yeah. Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
This has been a great talk. Now, do you have a lovely property you want to talk about, I think?
I do. Yes, I'm quite excited about this one. It's in Rideau Forest, and it's a 4-bedroom.
So for some people may not know where Rideau Forest is.
Rideau
It sounds lovely. It sounds like Robin Hood would live there.
Yes. Rideau Forest is in Manotick, just outside of Manotick. And it has acreage on the property, so 2-acre lots.
Minimum 2 acres?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So it's very I think it has trees, right? They call it Rideau Forest.
Yes.
Unlike the new subdivision they're putting, which is Orchard Estates, which is near Barhaven, where they cut down all the apple trees, every single one of them, and then they call it Orchard Estates. This is not like that.
No.
This Rideau Forest actually has a forest around every house.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So it has 4 bedrooms above grade, so that's on the 2nd level. It's a 2-story home, and it has 1 in the basement, with a total of 5 bathrooms and 2 of them being en suites.
5 bathrooms?
Yeah.
So when one gets dirty, you can keep moving to the next one?
There you go. Yeah. So it's been extensively renovated in 2012, almost even to the studs of the entire home. So beautiful crown molding and woodwork throughout the house. Even the front brick was changed.
Front brick was changed?
Yeah.
That's a pretty major renovation.
Yeah, it was very major. And they even changed kind of the layout of the house in terms of they brought some walls out and they decreased some of them.
Okay, so they changed the floor plan a little
Yeah,
bit?
they did.
Is it very functional now?
It's very functional.
Okay, because sometimes when people change the floor plan, they make it worse.
No.
Not
It's
this
much
case?
better. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah. So this one is priced at $900,000.
Okay. And how old is it?
It is not sure.
Not sure?
Not sure.
Okay.
But it's about 30 years old or so. And yet
I was going to say probably in the maybe 80s, mid 80s. So does it have a nice 1980s kitchen?
No, 2012 kitchen.
2012 kitchen?
Everything 2012 pretty much.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's like walking into a new house.
It is, very much so.
So are the expensive things done, like the windows, shingles, furnace, anything like that? It's a good question, eh?
That is a great question.
I could be your buyer.
Yeah, so most of it was done in 2012, including the floors, the insulation.
Insulation too?
Those sorts of things, yeah.
Oh my goodness! So this is a really a gem, because you're driving into a wooded area, right?
Yeah.
And it already had trees when they bought those places, and they didn't clear cut 2 acres.
No.
They just cut area for the house, the septic system, the lawn, and the driveway, and that sort of thing. So how many cars can you park there?
Oh, many.
Many?
At
so
least 15.
I could fit my fleet?
You can.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it has an exterior fireplace as well, so outside fireplace, really nice patio out there, and then it has a 4-season sunroom with hot tub and sauna in there as well.
Hot tub?
Yeah.
Good season for a hot tub.
Yeah.
It's closed in?
Closed in, 4 seasons, so all year round.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it have lots of windows that can open up?
Yeah, lots of windows. Very bright.
That sounds great, because my hot tub in my old house used to be in the forest behind my house, and by the time you walked there, you were frozen, which was nice because the hot tub's warm.
Yes.
But then when But you get all hot, and by the time I walked back to the house, I was cold. I needed to go back into the hot tub. So it was a real conundrum because I didn't know whether to stay there or not.
Right.
Not the case in this one.
No, not the case at all. And also the walls and the ceilings have all been insulated. So noise barrier is not an issue.
Interior walls?
Interior walls.
Oh, so if you've got
everything's
noisy
soundproof.
teenagers that like to play the drums or
Yeah.
like to play their music a little loud.
Yes.
Wow, you don't have any teenagers, do you?
A few.
You have a couple of teenagers?
Yeah,
Awesome. So you know what it's like.
I do.
So fully insulated walls, that's terrific. Anything else special about the house? How about bathrooms? Are they all original? Do they have like pink tubs or green tubs or
No
something?
pink and green tubs. No. They're all very nicely renovated. And then a nice walk-in closet in the master suite with even a chandelier in it. So
A chandelier in the walk-in closet?
Yeah.
Oh my
Nothing's
goodness.
left out here.
Oh my goodness, folks. You need to come and see this house. Only $900,000.
That's right.
And it's on a couple acres
Yes.
in Rideau Forest. So give Candace a call if you'd like to see this property, 613-860-4663. And if you'd like us to come out and give you a valuation on your home, we'd be delighted to do that. And again, that same number doesn't change no matter what you want. Just call us, 613-860-4663. And you can email questions in to deckerteam@chri.ca. And we'd love to answer your questions on an upcoming show. And that's it for today. Thanks for joining us. Bye for now.
Bye.